Hey everyone, Technomentary here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the iPhone 6s going into 2026. If this phone is still worth it, everything you need to know, whether you're thinking of buying it, upgrading to it, upgrading from it. We're going to discuss all of that and much more. So let's dive right into it. So quick snap here, the iPhone 6s was released back in 2015. As you can imagine, now it's going to be a little over 11-year-old device for any phone. That is quite of an age here. Originally, will come some of the quick specs on this. It comes with a 4.7-inch Retina display. This is a HDR display. Built in is the A9, a chip from Apple here, and there's a 2 gigs of RAM internally. And storage wise, you get it from 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig as well. And in terms of the camera specs here, you'll notice one 12 megapixel rear camera and a 5 megapixel front camera. It does interestingly have 4K recording on it. Other things you might be interested in is the battery and the charging. Small battery for compared to the modern one. So battery probably gonna last you 6 to 8 hours if you're a light to medium user. If you're a heavy user, probably not that long. It doesn't have 5G compatibility in terms of connectivity. It has 4G LTE. And in terms of iOS version, the maximum version you can get is on iOS 15. And of course, right now we're up to iOS 26. So it misses iOS 16, 17, 18, and then jump to 26. So almost 4 major updates behind. So those are kind of some of the main things here. Some of the pro about this design, you'll probably notice here, it does have headphone jack, which again, and then lightning port charging. SIM tray as well is one of the features of it. And then the back here, again, really aluminum build design, very light and simple compact device back when it was originally released as well. Now, the one thing you're going to probably think about is the software that runs on it. So one of the biggest thing when it comes to iPhones is after they stop getting major update is which app will work and which one won't work. So for the most part, basic calling and texting, again, it works fine. So if you're just using it for the most simple stuff, even simple browsing, it will work without any issues. Now, some of the apps I've seen, like YouTube, still works fine here on this phone. Kids YouTube, you have things like your social media apps. They seem to work fine as well. There are no issues. Things like WhatsApp will work as well. Now, there are some apps that will not work that needs to be more secure. Specifically, like banking apps will not work. Some of the other things you might want to consider is because of the security concern that might come, you might not want to use this for sensitive information, especially emails, if you have any of that. So again, those are some of the consideration that you might consider here. So as you can see here, most apps that I have are working fine. And in terms of iOS 16, it does not get iOS 16, but you do get features of the iOS 15, which is the latest you can update to it. Apple still does have security updates that it pushes out. I notice here and there in the settings, if you go to general, software update, rarely you'll see an update, usually around bug fixes and security update that it can still provide. But again, being on iOS 15 kind of still puts you at risk to do anything. So again, what does this mean for the iPhone 6s going into 2026? Again, it is a popular device with solid build, 3D touch and all of that, and iOS update that kind of stopped, which kind of is probably the biggest reason why you might not consider this device. So what it can do well is that simple calling, texting, light browsing. You can use it for music, maybe even watching videos, playing light games. You can't play heavy graphic games, like simple games that are almost like 2D, or the games that you can play. If you try to play anything crazy, the phone will freeze up and it will not work. And you can't even download some of the games because they require much more hardware on it. So that's going to be the other thing you're going to be watching. So it's going to feel a bit sluggish, slow if you ever used something newer, like one of the newer phones, iPhone 13 or 14 or anything even newer. If you come back to this device, you're going to feel like this is an ancient device. So when it comes to the iPhone 6s, in our opinion, it's a very old phone, might not be really worth buying it. If you're using it as a backup device to have in case, sure, it will work. Or if you're using it for maybe a child's device, maybe something that they have. And if you really have it currently and don't even consider spending any money at all, yeah, you can still get by it. Just keep in mind the app that you can't use. You're going to be fine if you're just looking for a phone that's just simple calling, texting, and some light browsing and music and video streaming from it. That's why I want to hear from you. What's your thought on the iPhone 6s? If you currently used it, upgraded to it, upgraded from it, everything you need to video on it, share it in the comment section. And for more reviews like this, consider the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.